horrible, horrible weekend that saw the deaths of many in El Paso, Texas, and in Dayton, Ohio. We saw horrendous acts of violence. In El Paso, a white nationalist went out to slaughter now up to 22 Latino members of that community in an anti-xenophobic, anti-immigrant, violent way, shooting random innocent people. And we show solidarity to those from El Paso, Texas. I will be speaking to Congresswoman Veronica Escobar from that community later on this evening. She is someone that has been a strong supporter of immigrants and represents that district with distinction. And I will be speaking to her later on. I was on the phone earlier with her in a conference call where she conveyed to us and to all of you her thanks for the prayers, the best wishes that you have given to her community. And of course, the same kind of violence also hurt Dayton, Ohio, and a domestic terrorist, because that's what we should call them. A domestic terrorist assaulted and killed 9 people there, firing 41 rounds from a semi-automatic assault weapon in just 32 seconds, and killing 9 people and wounding others. So this is a horrible time in America, and we come here to pray and to give each other comfort. But whereas in the past we have limited ourselves to that, I think it is imperative now, and I find it compelling, that beyond the prayer, that we make a message, we send a message to the rest of America. And that is, first and foremost, that assault weapons should be banned from our country. Assault weapons should be banned immediately. There's no reason while children are walking around in a neighborhood or families are walking around unprepared for this kind of habit, that someone is walking around with an AK-47 or an AR-15 semi-automatic weapon, war weapons, in any community across the country. So the assault ban is important. The assault weapons ban is important, is imperative. The common denominator in all of these terrible, horrendous killings has been an assault weapon. In addition to that, there are 2 pieces of legislation, HRA and HR 1112, which propose to strengthen background checks on anybody that wants to get a gun in their hands. Strict background checks. And let me say, although these are horrendous acts because so many people were killed at one time, in urban settings across America, handguns are killing even more people. And so there is legislation for a 3-day call-off period to check and see who wants to carry a handgun. So these pieces of legislation are imperative for us to move forward. Some of them have been passed already in the House of Representatives, and we wait on Mitch McConnell in the Senate to take them up immediately, as they should. And this legislation should not be tied to immigration reform or any other kind of issue on itself. On face value, they should be passed immediately. I heard today that the president say that maybe he wants to trade gun control for immigration reform. Horrendous, absolutely not. And so we must go back to Washington now during our break and pass the legislation, the assault weapons ban that has not passed the House yet. And the Senate should come up immediately and pass the background check legislation that we passed earlier in the House this year.